the woman realized in horror. Her kidnapped daughter was most likely inside the box being carried by the two people. Without thinking, she shouted that her daughter was in the box. Just moments ago, the woman had been dragging her injured leg, searching for her missing daughter. Not far away, she happened to run into her husband, who was with the scheming woman and her son, but she had no time to question her husband's betrayal. Instead, she rushed forward and told him their daughter had been abducted. At that moment, the scheming woman claimed to be the property manager of the neighborhood, saying the area had always been safe, and such a thing like child trafficking was impossible. The husband found her words reasonable, but the woman looked panicked and insisted the situation was urgent. Before she finished her sentence, she grabbed her husband and ran, unaware that the daughter's disappearance was actually part of the scheming woman's trap. In the previous life at the daughter's funeral, the scheming woman listened to people sighing in sympathy, saying the girl was taken by traffickers and tortured to death. She then pretended to comfort the heartbroken mother, but in truth she used the chance to expose the so-called truth, claiming it was the mother's neglect that gave traffickers an opportunity. The husband, blinded by guilt and anger, completely believed the scheming woman's story. His eyes turned cold. He blamed everything on his wife. Others also began to blame the woman for her carelessness. The devastated husband pushed her to the ground, insisting she was the reason their daughter died. No matter how the woman tried to explain, he refused to listen. He even said she should be buried with their daughter. Her guilt deepened under the weight of accusations. In the end, she believed it was all her fault, and she slammed her head into the wall, trying to end her life to atone for the tragedy. But the next second, she miraculously came back to life, back to the date her daughter was kidnapped. This time, she would not let the tragedy happen again. She immediately called her daughter, hoping to stop her from opening the door for the delivery man. But halfway through the call, the signal was cut off. At the same time, the doorbell kept ringing inside the house. The daughter put down the phone and walked toward the door. Meanwhile, the woman rushed to run home and save her daughter, but her shoe broke and she fell, injuring her ankle and calf. On the other side, the daughter unsuspectingly opened the door, and the moment she took the delivery box, the trafficker grabbed her. The woman dragged her injured legs home in pain. Luckily, the trafficker hadn't gone far, so she immediately called the police for help. Then in the distance, she saw her husband and the scheming woman walking with the scheming woman's son. She rushed over, told her husband about the daughter's disappearance, hoping they could look for the child together. Just as the husband hesitantly agreed to follow her, the scheming woman quickly teamed up with her son, pretending to have appendicitis. The cold-hearted husband actually abandoned his wife to take the scheming woman to the hospital. Seeing this, the woman cried and begged him to save their daughter first. She even knelt in the street, saying that any more delay would be too late. Faced with his wife's desperate pleas and the scheming woman's act, the husband still chose the latter. The woman watched in despair as her husband left without looking back. She clenched her teeth and decided to save her daughter alone, but after just a few steps, her legs gave out again, so she relied on sheer willpower, desperately recalling memories of her daughter, hoping the emotional strength could help her crawl faster through the pain. The heartless husband carried the scheming woman away, leaving the mother crawling alone, unaware that inside the box, the daughter was peeking through a crack, watching her mother not far away. She kept calling out to her mom in her heart, and at that moment, the woman seemed to sense her daughter